Howdy, gang. We're just kind of holding tight until Takuya shows up. Then we'll all party down. We'll have a nice little chat. Hopefully, y'all are having a good New Year. For sure, the New Year. It's gonna be a banger. I have a feeling. I almost forgot something important I have to do here. Just making sure all this stuff's set up because I'm computer illiterate. Yeah. At least in these times. Yeah, I used to know computers somewhat when I was younger. I don't know anything anymore. So it goes. Um, you know what? Where's the music? Here we go. Here, let's see. Try to find something long enough for everybody to listen to. Oh yeah, this was a good one. proud of that one. That's a fun little boot scooter there. Something to get your day going. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I guess we'll fade in here. Hey gang, how y'all doing? Just watching some replays from Fortnite from the other week. We do those occasionally. Yep, that's what you get for trying to run up on me. I'm gonna be one of those people that just does like post commentary on their gaming streams. Hmm. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what's going on with. This is my first time using the talk show podcast tag. Oh, that's not it. So I want to see what else is going on in the field. Somebody playing Genshin Impact. Okay. Who's that? Oh, nice escape from Tarkov. That's a good one. Now I'm getting distracted. Focus. Talk shows, podcasts. Who's on right now? There's a lot of people watching Rift Tracks. That's a lot of people watching Rift Tracks. Yeah. Oddly enough, I'm seeing a lot of like foreign language podcasts, which is really cool to me. Hmm.
Instruções na caixa tá perguntando. Referências, nossa, são assim, muito abrangente mesmo, são muitas distintas, assim. Eu gosto muito de. Isso até um pouco assim na questão da formação de arte.
Ah, Portuguese. I don't speak Portuguese. I apologize. But right on. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. should. Hmm. 1 second. Let's see if I can get something rolling here. Oh, we're waiting for Kuya. Okay. I don't remember what the keys are anymore. Can't minimize it. Well, let's see if I can manage doing this. Hold on 1 second. Can I get a game capture? Okay. Okay, let's see if this works. Nope, that just turned off the TV. Okay, never mind. I guess we're not going to do that. Flick the TV back on. Why is it so big now? Oh, it's this one. I used the wrong one. Oops. Welly, welly, well. Yeah, for some reason, Cuphead's not showing up. So, we'll try another thing. Okay. Now it's work. Now it decides to work. Silly game. Alright, 1 second. I will get this all sorted out. And we won't be bored sitting here watching me. Um, let's play some Cuphead while we're waiting. You know what? Let's use this one. I haven't really used this one yet. Window capture. Oh, where'd it go? Again, my apologies if this is all going on the fly. I'm just winging it here. Let's see. We will do this. Why wait. There we go. Now, hopefully I remember all the stupid keys for this. I believe this is... the right one. Yes. Maybe. Okay. I don't even remember where I left off. Defeated that. Not doing that yet. Let's double check to make sure we got everything else set. I think you have to do everything else to get everything set here, right? Okay. So, okay. Apparently not allowed to go there. Alright, did those. Let's this guy go. What's going on here? Oh,
I
hey. Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna. I gotta. Let me see if I can switch the order here. One moment. Can I switch it this way?
How is there no? I can't believe there's no. I can't believe there's no way to. What if, like, do you
What is
think
going
if
on?
you think if I was here first, it would change? Oh no, because that's what we just did.
Yeah, man.
I
Oh,
don't know why, and this is not. Yeah. I can't say anything about Discord and how it does or does not work.
I don't know either. I'm trying to
Yeah.
see if I can. No, that's fine.
Because this is a silly one. This is a silly problem to have.
I know. Out of all the stupid little problems that have it, like this is the silliest. But I can manage this. Here, 1 sec. I just gotta flip everybody around. Everybody gets a flip around. Right on. There we go. Ah, now we're back to the regular set. Ah, so what's been going on, dude? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Yeah, how was the
Uh,
New Year-ish weekend?
oh, it came and went. I did a pretty long stream of Metal Gear Solid and then finished it up the next day, so not too bad. Can't complain with playing Metal Gear for New Year's.
That's yeah.
Yeah, but sorry, I'm still trying to figure out this little.
Yeah, no, yeah, if you're messing around.
Yeah, messing here.
No
Okay,
worries. I
good
feel
enough.
like I almost felt like I was gonna. Oh, I gotta remember to turn off. Oh well, it'll be turned off now. Okay.
Excuse me. But yeah, just making sure I got my notes in front of me. Uh, I swear, I swear I came prepared today. Um, we got
Right on.
yeah, we got some fun. We're gonna try and pull off today. We're gonna I mean, it's already been an interesting day. I mean, like if you look at the top of the TV, like I don't know where that bottle of Surge came from. That's been kind of again, that's been kind of a weird lead up into today, but
You don't know?
I have
It's
no
just
idea. It just showed up out of nowhere.
mysterious surge.
Just mysterious Surge bottle. I don't know how long it's been there. I don't know
Any Furbies
any Furbies. None that I've seen
hanging
yet.
out, showing up out mysteriously? Because
Not.
that seems like something that might go along. You know that Furbies feed mainly on Surge Cola.
Oh, I thought they fed mostly on human flesh.
It could be that too,
As far as I understand.
yeah.
But like, yeah, like the yeah, I have no idea where it came from, and it's very odd that it's here today because today we're going to be talking about Probably a favorite era of yours and mine, the late 90s, early 2000s. We're going to be talking about Y2K.
So just to be clear, we're not talking about the video game about the girl in the water tank.
Oh, the Lisa. Did they make a video game about Lisa Lamb?
Oh my god, it's yes, it is referred
Really?
to. It is referred to as Yick
Yeah.
because the two is like two eyes. It's called Y2K, and they
Oh,
talk
and then
about
two
Elisa
eyes. Yes.
Lamb all, and people call it Yick, and it's one of the most. It is one of the most maligned, independently developed video games. It
I.
is considered to have been in very poor taste,
Th-
and
th-
people don't really like the guy that made it, from what I can tell.
I mean, I personally am not. I personally find that to be an extremely poor taste.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that.
weird. It's very strange.
Yeah, that's
It's like heavily inspired by the Elisa Lamb case.
that's fucked up. That's really fucked up. And it's a shit. Like I don't know. Like I have like just the general like unknowns of what happened to that poor woman
Yeah,
is
that's
seeing
a weird that's a weird one. That's a
that
creepy story.
that is indeed a creepy story. I would say it might be a little too much for our general topics, but like
Oh yeah,
it's I think that one's fairly rough.
it's a
Uh,
rough one considering the
considering what we have to show.
it's I think considering the mental health implications
and
also
and,
though it's
and
kind
that
of
as well. Yes, we
you
we
know and because we really don't know what happened and why
no.
and
hmm Again,
you
a
know
lot of
about the ring.
the movie.
Sure, it's based on a series of books.
Yeah, yeah, I'm familiar. Ringu.
Yeah, something terrible happens in a water tank on the top of a building.
Wow, I didn't realize that was part of the story too.
Oh boy, ring. Maybe we might. I've actually done a stream. I had a way back before even the other like talk show I told you about.
hmm
I was doing a sort of extremely loose thing where I kind of just would explain while stoned various actually not too dissimilar from this, but I would talk about movies and books that people might not know the full scope of what they're actually about, and
hmm
the books that The Ring is based on
hmm
have they really they really go somewhere after that first movie, after what the
Oh,
first
really?
movie is about. They take a
It gets heavy.
they take a they take a they take a rocket ship to another planet. Not exactly,
Wow.
but I mean, there's a Matrix. I'll tell you this. That's
Mm.
cover your ears. Spoilers. The Ringu, that story takes place inside of a Matrix. So
it,
it gets weirder and weirder from there.
it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
You know how the guy, the boyfriend that dies towards the end of the movie in his like studio, the guy that makes the copy of the videotape?
I haven't seen that movie in a minute. Refresh my memory.
Okay. Well, there's it's very interesting to me because in the book, that character is, he knows he's about to die, like he realizes that his 7 days have come up and that he didn't fix, because they go and they pull her out of the well and they think they're gonna live, and then the kid is like, you weren't supposed to help her. So like she's coming for the guy and he knows it, but he puts on the
Yeah.
videotape for some reason, or maybe it just comes on, and in the
Yeah.
videotape in the book, uh one of the images that it describes is a pair of dice rolling around in a bowl, and they land on 6 digits or whatever. And this is Japan. I don't know how phone numbers work, but he looks at the dice
Oh.
and he realizes there's a phone number, and he calls that phone number as Sadako is about to kill him, and he places a phone call to the real world. Someone in the real world outside of the Matrix picks up the phone and is like, how did you do this?
What?
The Ring is crazy. Hi, Boisvert. I'm talking about the books The
Howdy.
Ring is based on.
Uh, well, Well, anyway, I'm actually gonna grab that surge off the top of the fridge there, or top of
Oh,
the
great!
TV there.
I only got a Diet Pepsi. That's a great.
Well, I'll save you the sugar content then,
They're
because
nuts.
who knows what's in this stuff, man? Like they're releasing that like Hershey's is under fire because they found cadmium in the chocolate.
If you want to see our faces, that's where we are right now. But thank you for saying hi to me, Bob. Yeah,
Mm,
what's heavy metals in Hershey's chocolate?
I know,
Also,
right?
do you know why people from other countries think it tastes like puke?
There's something about the process that
Yeah,
we
that
do.
we're used to or something, or it's similar
It,
to the
it
kind of milk we get, so we don't know it tastes like puke, but in other countries,
it blows my mind because like
I should brew coffee.
I've eaten plenty of like you know chocolate and things like that, like like finer like imported chocolates and things like that. Um, and I just never sat there and thought about the differences in taste before.
Yeah, because whatever it is that makes people in other countries think about puke that we already have in our poison diets that doesn't trigger us. It's because we're used to puke. It's because everything kind of tastes like puke in America, so we don't notice that the boy. I
Again,
really just can't stop from going down some kind of cynical rabbit hole whenever I start talking about anything. It's getting silly.
yeah, I mean, CM Cosman definitely had something going for him when he wrote fucking All Tomorrows, because eventually
Oh
that
boy.
yeah we're gonna turn into we're gonna turn into animals that want to be sail ships. That'd be great. But
I hope we turn into animals.
I certainly hope we turn into some sort of really neat animal at the end of it all.
Intelligence is not a survival trait.
Intelligence is not survival.
Not on a long scale, it ain't. Just take a look around.
Yep.
How is the most intelligent animal on the planet doing?
Are you not entertained?
Keeping the place under control, it seems. Really, things are just getting better
Yeah.
for old humanity.
Oh man. But
Oh,
eh,
excuse me. Wow.
no, yeah, all good.
Wow.
But
Wow.
uh wow.
This is my first session today. So it's
Hey.
gonna be a good one.
Oh, really? What else you got planned for the or the evening, I should say?
No, I meant this is the first time I've smoked a pipe today.
Yes, yes, yes. That's right. You were cold turkey for a minute. So
That
so
was
we're
a little bit.
we're gonna have a
I
fun.
baked a little bit over the weekend, but I haven't had any flour until right here.
Right on.
So it's a special day.
Hey, right on. No worries. Um, but I thought it was kind of fun the last time uh to use the time machine that I ended up purchasing
Yes.
from
Okay, yeah, and
Etsy.
you still have it.
I still have it. Unfortunately, I still can't return it. The Etsy
Yeah.
store policy is just absolute crap. For some for well, at least as it pertains to the reasons I had bought this or to wanted to return this and I cannot. I'm infuriated. Um,
You know, with
and also
handmade products,
I know like
there's a lot of runaround, and
this
you know,
person
I find from Amazon. So
this person no I was
go
just gonna
ahead.
say this person in particular was an H.G. Wells fan and
Oh,
but also at the same time a Brave Little Toaster fan. So you can only do so much with what you got and this is what I got and this is what I paid for
if
and I
you're gonna make a
unfortunately
time machine out of a toaster,
might as well enjoy
do it
it.
in style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Might as well
A
just
Brave
hop it
Little
in.
Toaster fucked up, by the way. Scary movie.
Absolutely scary
Made me
movie.
sad.
It scared the hell out of me as a kid.
They send the lamp to the showers in a reference to Nazi Germany.
Right. Holy
There's a
shit, I
lot of
forgot.
there is scary. There's some sequences there. They go to like a shop, a repair shop where a guy's tearing engines out of anthropomorphic appliances, and
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
it's a scary movie
Well,
and sad and just sad.
it is a very petrifying. It's a petrifying movie. The 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 metal grinder in the
Oh
junkyard
yeah,
scared the hell
oh
out of me as
yeah.
a kid. Like
For some
that.
reason, I feel like that song got reused in another movie.
I'm trying to remember what. But
I won't. I mean, I don't. That is a very tip of my brain kind of thought. I really have no. I have nothing to back that up with.
I was gonna say other fun fact:
The song about crushing themselves or other cars or whatever.
John Lovitz was the radio. That blew my
Oh
mind.
my god! I didn't know who John Lovitz was when I was 10.
I didn't. I knew him from the critic.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my folks used to watch that sometimes. And then I
The,
would
the
also
critic
stay up
had
on.
a
Hmm?
couple cool moments in the critic for sure,
Oh, I
just like
love. Oh,
Duckman.
I love that show.
Yeah.
Fantastic show. All right.
A lot of those were ahead of their times. Yeah.
A
Is it?
lot, a
Was
lot
that
of them
it?
were very ahead of their times, but speaking of getting ahead of, getting, I guess, behind time, I guess
Sure.
we should get ready here. So, ready for ignition? All
Yeah.
right, all
Yeah.
right,
Let's
here
do
it
it.
goes, gang. Everyone ready? Ah!
No, what the? Fucking-
And
Is
welcome
this
to the
some
year
early?
2000 inside of a computer.
Who was that colorized film lady?
Um, public domain.
Ah, yes. Okay,
The
sure she
good old
was.
public domain.
I loved Fred Durst.
I was a fan too.
Honestly, I can't. Who knows? I have no idea what that guy's been up to, but for some reason, I feel like he's probably all right.
Uh, Limp Bizkit made a new record recently.
No, they didn't. Why?
Dude,
Where was
dude,
Wes
dude,
Borland?
because I'm a thorough researcher. God damn it, I went through and looked through like the top songs of the year, and I ended up coming across Limp Bizkit's song, and I just for funsies, I went back. I'm like, yeah, what are they doing now? And well, besides like Wes Borland like moved to Detroit and then immediately left shortly after. Uh,
Mm.
like I don't think I think like Fred Durst isn't really doing a whole heck of a lot right now. At least after like the record. I mean, after COVID hit, I'm pretty sure he didn't really have a lot to do. I don't know what else he does on his own
I
time.
guess he's just, he's probably not like running for Congress or trying to make sure that they repeal gay marriage or doing that kind of thing that,
No, he's
you
not
know,
acting. He's not acting like a
every now and
politician.
then a guy from the 90s you hear about them and they've turned into some kind of a monster. And I'm saying that of all the monsters from the 90s, I bet Fred Durst is just chilling out and cracking beers right now
Oh yeah, more than
instead
likely.
of acting like a monster.
Yeah. Well, one can only hope. But
That's right.
so what do you particularly remember about the year 2000, or at least the lead up
With
into the whole Y2K scare?
Furbies.
Just Furbies.
The first Furby appeared in my house like the Christmas right before that New Year.
Same.
Okay. Did you do the intro?
Oh, you know what? I almost completely
Was that
forgot.
cold open?
That was well.
should
I we
should
did
we script an intro sometimes?
we,
Sometimes should
we,
we like
we,
have a little script that we like?
like go
I mean,
ahead.
you have a
Yeah.
small one, I know, but
Well, I
that was
mean
the cold open.
that was the cool open. I mean
Great.
I mean we it
I mean,
wasn't to
it's up
say
to
that I
you.
was like trying to
I like
hustle
to
up,
remind you.
but no, I appreciate you telling me
I feel
telling me
like
to
this
get
has
that
become a
going.
running joke of the stupid cold open. But
Is
sometimes
that
I feel like if you
I
don't
always
actually
forget.
do the intro, then it's not actually a cold open. It's just bullshit.
Exactly. Exactly. Well then well I guess I'll get at it. Well, welcome folks. Here we are in the year 2000. Welcome to Thought That Was Weird. I of course am Thrash Keshu, and here as always my dear friend Mr. CuyaDK.
Hi, I'm CuyaDK. I believe that I was in college. I was a freshman in college.
Hmm.
Uh, I came home for Christmas.
Yeah.
There was a Furby in the house. Yeah, I ate some mushrooms.
Oh no. I love where this is going immediately.
I don't think anything. I did not have a conversation with the Furby. If anyone is hoping that that's where, but if you asked me what I remember about the days leading up to Y2K, and I remember a Furby being on mushrooms, going home from college for Christmas after being on mushrooms all semester.
Mm.
It was a
Yeah.
very strange time to be in that house.
Everything was melting all the time.
Yeah, all the time. The blades of the fans were always curling up and uncurling.
Oh, and there was nothing better than that stuccoed ceiling.
Oh. There
Oh,
wasn't a lot of wood grain in that house.
there's a lot of wood grain in that. Yeah. If I were to go back and think about it, what I remember was being at the nerdy kid table in middle school, and
Oh, very different.
it
Oh,
was a very it was a
oh
very
boy, yeah.
it was a very weird situation for me because
So
like
like,
I was still trying to figure out the caste system, if you will,
oh
and
god. Oh my god, I was just somewhere ranting about the invisible games that everyone has
mm,
constructed a society around playing.
absolutely.
So yeah. I remember that.
But yeah, and I always consider myself kind of a like a free floater sort of person,
Okay.
but I mostly hung out with these cats, but like I felt completely out of the loop, because these kids were like destined to go on to like major universities, and they're taking
Okay.
like they're taking like excelled like whatever courses that we
In
had
middle
to
school.
offer in middle school.
Okay.
They're part of the mathletes and shit, and uh it was an interesting time. I loved hanging with those cats. Um, a lot of time, the only thing I could ever get them to like equally agree upon was like talking about cartoons. Like
Okay.
that was my only like social
Yeah.
in with anybody, was that I knew a lot about cartoons. Um,
That's great. What was on in the 90s? I
oh
was
god,
I was not watching cartoons. I
Anim-
was, as I mentioned,
Animaniacs,
taking drugs.
Freakazoid.
Oh,
Uh,
well, Animaniacs, I was in middle school. So, I mean, that was
well,
like
I mean,
93 and
they
4.
had the
Although,
reruns too. Yeah.
sure, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
God,
Man,
what else
remember
did I?
reruns?
Oh yeah.
Remember when shows would just be on forever? You would come, oh my God.
All the joke, like I used to stay up for the 24-hour casts on like Cartoon Network, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
like catch.
That was so much fun.
Oh man, like the variety of like shows you got like in the programming was astronomical.
And now all you get is white dudes on a couch bitching about culture.
Exactly.
That's where culture has gotten us.
I
We lost
remember.
scheduled afternoon cartoons and reruns.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. But
I will always remember the Earth fondly.
uh well, I was gonna say I wanted to lead off really quick with a little um commercial that I ended up finding, because
Great. I
I
hope
I
it's for
I'm-
Surge.
I remember that there was a lot of doom and gloom
Oh
during that
yes.
time
Oh
period.
man,
I remember.
and I'm the kind of person that always kind of believes the world is going to end. I
Oh, I
was
always was. Yeah.
50% sure.
Mm,
75% on that New Year's Eve. I was like, this is it. We are gonna fucking nuclear annihilation is gonna come because some
mm.
asshole didn't program an extra zero to put a two in. He just programmed 999 or whatever.
Well, and that was
Okay, what? Oh boy,
yeah. So
is this gonna be brains getting cooked or something, or the kitchen getting
oh no,
smashed?
this isn't this is your brain on drugs commercial, but
Okay,
it's
it's
kind of
not Rachel Lee Cook smashes the kitchen.
no, but that one's a good one. I like that
Oh, that's my favorite commercial that was ever on
one. Now see, like
TV.
I remember this being the fear that everybody had. And as much as I was a kid, like I also like
Just
I,
everything
I
in
didn't
shambles.
necessarily understand how computers ran
Why
practically every
people thought
game.
this was gonna happen? Yeah, imagine being a kid and someone's like, tomorrow nothing's gonna work. There's gonna be riots and a tank.
There's gonna be riots in a tank.
Someone forgot to put a 1 in fucking 1968. They forgot to put a thousands column on the numbers.
Well, they forgot the hundreds and the thousands column, which is
Oh, it was only 99. Right. Yeah, right. Of course. Obviously. Why would it ever be the year 2000?
oh no,
Someone did that shit on purpose.
someone did that shit on purpose. But
That's what it was like. That's what it felt like. I remember seeing that commercial and being like, "Oh fuck!" And I was 20.
oh yeah, I remember
I
being
was an adult. I should have known better. But I mean, I was like,
oh whoop.
pretty good chance we're getting annihilated tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely remember like I remember just I remember stockpiling. I remember my family stockpiling. That's for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Oh
Oh
wow.
yeah,
Well, the only thing we stockpiled was mushrooms and Furbies.
we just got canned goods. We got some canned goods and
Okay.
like a couple jugs of water. Just to play it safe.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah.
Again,
No, I mean,
we didn't like we didn't have the absolute freak out. Like I knew I had a handful of tech teachers that like were like panicking, and
real.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh.
it was a big to do.
I'm
I'm
not sure if I know anyone that wasn't me that panicked.
mm, I knew a handful. Um, but it was around. So I'm just gonna go through a quick remembrance of the timeline. We of course during uh the
This
year
guy directed
1999.
the moon landing.
Yes, the man who directed the moon landing.
They had
But
him come and
don't
direct
tell Neil
Y2K.
Armstrong that though. Oh man, he'll backhand your ass.
Is that the
Uh,
guy? Is that why he punched? Did he punch this man?
no. Somebody had
Buzz
gone up.
Aldrin beat up this guy.
Oh, it was Buzz
No,
Aldrin.
I know.
Was it Buzz Aldrin
No,
who?
no, it wasn't. I don't. It was Buzz Aldrin, I think,
Yeah,
but it was an actual conspiracy theorist.
yeah, some conspiracy theorist went up and was like, how can you live with yourself? And he basically
Yeah,
kicked the guy's ass, which was
he
great.
was like, "I know you're a liar. How do you feel about being a liar? You lied to the American people." And they just fucking nailed him. He was like 85.
He was old. I mean, he flattened the cat. It
That's
was
so
great.
great.
Hmm
All
But
right, this
but yeah,
guy, this
yeah.
guy was really mean to
Oh God, what was her
olive oil.
name? Yes, Shelley
And
Duvall.
then, all right, how come he's on the screen?
So I was gonna say he passed away this year, and
Wait,
I
this
was
year?
or not this no not this year well this year yes
It's
it,
1999
it
right
is
now.
19 yes he passed away
Where
this
are we?
year
Okay, this
yeah
year we mourned the death of the guy that was mean to
to
Shelley
Shelley Duvall.
Duvall. What's his
Yes,
name?
this was Stanley Kubrick.
Okay,
Yes,
great,
but
great. Okay, now we're here. Now we're on the same page.
no,
1999.
Stanley
Farewell,
Kubrick passed.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yep. Bill
My
Clinton.
favorite movie is The Shining on mushrooms, and I
That
did watch that on New Year's one time.
oh
It's all coming together.
it's
Bill
all
Clinton also dead in 1999.
it all comes back around. It was around this time also that Bill Clinton was impeached and acquitted of lying to Congress. It was also
He
around this
probably
time.
did that.
Oh,
He
I mean,
should not have been acquitted.
mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm not to claim political bias, but on the basis of like actual, yeah, like not. I
I
guess
mean,
on the basis of the
I
actual
don't know.
crime.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, and I don't know the legality of anything that happened. But I know he was being an abusive shithead. So
That's
fuck
pretty
him.
much
Get him out of the fucking rapist Oval Office,
agreed.
motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah, that dude's a turd. But we
I hate. Oh my god, I hate the whole planet.
I
Turning into such the old man that this is the first time I've smoked today. The old man that yells at the cloud. I'm gonna stop interrupting you.
no, you're fine.
Also, RIP to money. In 1999, we finally got rid of the idea of money. Fuck it.
Well, tell that to the Europeans because this was the year that they introduced the euro.
Oh wow, how much euros is 100 euros worth?
How much? How many? Well, 100 euros. 100 euros worth of 100 euros is 100 euros.
Okay, that works. That the math is simple enough.
But
I get it.
if you're talking
Okay,
about the exchange rate, it's like
I wasn't.
1 euro. Oh, okay. It's $1 to like a buck seven. I actually read it up the
Yeah,
other day.
it's
I don't know
close.
what.
It's about a dollar. A euro is about a dollar.
Yeah.
If
It's definitely
if
dropped.
someone needs to know that.
It used to be a buck 35 or something like that, not that long ago.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, the
that's a
euro had
strong
one up on the
euro.
dollar for a minute. It was a strong euro
Hmm.
for a moment, and then Brexit. Anyway,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
and we also unfortunately had um the war in Kosovo. Big or not well, excuse me. I call it was really a war, but it was a conflict to some
As
countries.
far as we were concerned,
As
yeah,
far
it
as
was
we
not
were,
a war, but yeah,
no, yeah. Uh,
it was a civil war. Am I
mhm.
mistaken, or was
Oh
it
no,
one nation
it was
aggressing upon?
it was a genocide against
Oh, okay.
the Albanian people in Kosovo. Uh,
Well,
but
that's very upsetting.
if anything, on a more positive note, we ended up getting the we had NASA launching the Mars Polar Lander.
Where do you
And
think the carb is on that?
the what?
The carburetor? Where if I was gonna hit that piece, it looks like a very fancy
Oh, where's
pipe.
the car? That does.
Where do I put my hand?
I'm reminded of the Clerks cartoon. That looks like a big bong.
What was it?
Uh, it was like some new super mall in the cartoon. It was like
Oh,
When
okay, sure, sure, sure.
Jay
Yeah,
and Silent
yeah,
Bob were
yeah,
standing outside of it, and then a dog walked past and he goes, "That looks like a big bong too."
yeah.
Oh man, that's
That was a
another
good
funny.
card. That was a good card.
That's
Was that the
something
90s?
that was I believe that was 97, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, okay. That was a good cartoon.
It was a great cartoon. Only
Like
six
6
episodes.
episodes and that's
Yep,
it.
only
Yeah. Damn.
four aired, and the fifth one I think aired once and then was like never aired again. But yeah, we had a couple of like leaps and bounds that occurred within the year 2000s. We had a lot of massive um oh, we had a lot of massive increases to our technology, and it was between like the late 1960s up until uh like the I would say like the mid to almost now 99. uh they were really starting to really develop home computing for people. And I mean, initially and when you initially look at the computers like this size, this is I believe they said it was an IBM, but I forgot to double check my source here. I don't know why I don't have that written down. um but again, then in the 1960s, like these computer memories were the size of like whole rooms. And
This thing, you couldn't even fucking play Peggle on that thing. It would
no,
fucking burn the building to the
we would
ground
not be
if
able to
you
play.
tried to run Peggle.
No, or Pong, or asteroids or
Maybe
anything.
Minesweeper. But no graphics, ASCII.
No, no, it's merely like lights and bleeps and bloops, and
Mm.
you're lucky if that doesn't light the whole place on
Actually,
fire.
this thing probably just prints out on a piece of paper the answer of whatever question you
Yeah,
ask.
that's pretty much it. It's like in uh in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Willy Wonka.
I won't
Yep, yep, yep.
tell. That would be cheating. Genius. Uh, so but yeah, like the memories for these like cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So it was within this time period that computers were starting to be used in like the financial sectors, to basically maintain like the consistency of their numbers. And and it worked really well for them for a long while. It was just unfortunate that they couldn't compact all they wanted to memory wise into these these big old cabinets. And and unfortunately for them, and let alone unfortunately for the people of 1999, uh, they tried to find every little cut and corner to like slim down as much space and memory as possible. And one of
Right.
these little shortcuts was to take out as much as you remember.
Oh,
So
we're actually gonna find the reason. It's just not gonna be me blaming some idiot in 1969.
no, and we're gonna find, and
All
we're
right.
actually gonna like find out some people knew about this for years, and we'll get into that in a second. But like the initial like setup for these computers was that instead of the date being like day, month,
Oh yeah.
two numeric day, two numeric month, four numeric
Can we go
year.
back now? It's gonna be the
Yeah.
2000s for a long time.
Oh
Let's go
yeah.
back to 2-digit years.
Hmm.
It's
Well,
fine now.
well, that's where it gets even more interesting. And again,
Okay.
we will get to that too, and
All right.
that's gonna really blow your mind, and you're gonna giggle shits yourself too, as much as I did when I found this out. So they shortened down the the number of the year to just 2 digits,
Yeah.
and let's see. And so I like it basically, yeah, again, it only represents like the years within the 1900th year.
Yeah.
And once that ticks over, a lot of computer scientists had no idea what was going to happen, you know and if it would cause any sort of real harm to the the infrastructure of like of the financial sectors, or even within like governments who were starting to
Yeah.
use these types of computing.
Who are relying on these
Mhm.
systems.
Right. So um it was covered sometime in like the early 80s in a actually, before I continue with that, it wasn't until like years upon years later that that somebody was able to really like give a little bit of perspective on it, and that is including, I don't know if you remember, let me see if I can find him here amongst my stuff. Where'd he go? Where's my boy? Well, not my boy, but
Where is your boy?
he's kind of important to this discussion, and I need to find his picture, otherwise I'm gonna lose my head.
Uh-oh.
It's not Leonard Nimoy.
Take your time. Oh yeah, I saw him before. Did he sing that song about hobbits
He did. I believe he did
in
sing a
in
song about hobbits,
1999?
something like that. But it was around this time that apparently this gentleman, Alan Greenspan,
Oh
um,
yeah.
uh, had once noted in a congressional inquiry about Y2K that and I quote, "I used to write those programs back in the 60s and 70s. It never entered our minds that those programs would have lasted more than a few years."
Yeah.
How interesting is that? Like, these programs were not
I
meant to be used as long as they were being used.
I
They were
talked.
hoping for developments. I'm sorry.
No, I've been interrupting you like crazy today, so
Oh,
no
dude,
worries.
you're fine, man. This
Uh,
is an interesting topic, and we all have a lot to say about it because we both remember it very fondly.
uh,
So please, after
where were we?
you. Alan Greenspan and how these systems were used since like the 60s and
Oh
70s.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I talk all the time about how everything Blizzard, all Blizzard games are running right now.
Hmm.
Multi-billions of billion-dollar company. They are
Absolutely.
all running on top of a foundation that was built in like BattleNet in 1997.
Yep.
Like
Like this
nothing
compact.
fundamentally has changed from this system. There's one of these somewhere that is still running the basement of all of Blizzard's systems. Like BattleNet is the fact that BattleNet doesn't fundamentally change is why so many things are unstable. And this is actually a metaphor for the American government and all industry and technology and the whole human race. We
Right.
are still trying desperately to make one of these run all of our shit, and
Want to
we're in
run all
trouble.
of our shits. Absolutely.
But really,
Absolutely.
no, it's the idea that like people, and that's it. That should be the idea. People should not expect like a system or something that they are or a machine like this to be in use forever, especially a system like a set of problems that you've solved, like a mathematical system or trying to save space by taking away 2 digits of a number and stuff like that. Like
Mm,
you shouldn't have the mentality like, well, it's gonna be here forever. We better make sure,
mm.
that's a bad that you're asking for trouble trying to get anything to last forever. So
Absolutely. Hold on, I gotta adjust my Jenko pants here. Hold on. Okay.
oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Wow, those are
Like, what was the necessity of
were
these
you
pants?
those are the big. I mean, it was you had to have them first of all.
Like, these things were massive. They were like
Some of them were massive.
like.
You definitely couldn't have any kind of
Mm-mm.
traditional cut jean on.
No.
You couldn't. It was like it was outlawed. It had to be the absolute straight cut.
Mm.
But and I'm not even sure if there's something called a straight cut that I'm getting incorrect.
No, no,
But
you're
like,
you're correct.
it had to be from your hips straight down. You were a column in the 90s.
We all
And
wore
then
them
if
on
you were
dudes.
really crazy, you had these ones that were like a pyramid, like
It
spaceship shit.
it was like bell bottoms, but like expanded to the size of an exercise ball. And when people would walk, you could hear them. It was like,
Oh yeah, whoosh whoosh whoosh. Some of them had all kinds of straps and shit hanging all over them.
oh yeah, the trip pants. That's another one. Yep, that was that's another one of the era that I remember. But
Oh yeah, that's what I remember about 1999 raves.
mm, oh yeah, when the Molly was real.
Oh boy, yeah,
As he looks fondly into the
mushrooms and
distance.
raves. I'm not that fun. I mean,
I know,
there
I
was a
know.
lot of there was just a lot of mysterious pills and powders going around. Basically,
It felt like being a wizard.
there was a lot of wizarding.
A lot of
Yeah,
wizarding indeed. Um,
there were a lot of people with magic wands for sure.
uh, so again, throughout the progression of of home computing by like of course like Apple and Microsoft, um, the home computer was like more reachable for like the average consumer, the layman, if you will. It wasn't just for like
Sure.
hoity-toity folks.
Which
So
is also almost I also those guys probably thought they were solving a problem that was going to be a problem for roomfuls of engineers, not the public, not the government sector,
right,
when they decided when that guy was talking about how we didn't think this was going to last forever.
we didn't
Like
listen.
this wasn't for, they were making this for them. They were solving a problem for themselves. They didn't expect this to be everywhere and have the whole planet running on 99 for the year, 2 digits.
uh, so again, through all this all the progressions in personal computing, is that it was even stated back in the early '80s, in a God, it was a book by Jerome and Marilyn Murray, I guess a husband wife team of folks that kind of went and did the research on this, and it was a book called Computers in Crisis, and it was the first time that they kind of noted the possibility of this whole Y2K glitch
Okay.
and the possibility of causing issues for people. Um, uh,
The computers are gonna think it's 1900.
exactly.
I'm not even sure what the problem was gonna be. That
so
meant no electricity,
so
sparks flying out of cash registers.
airplanes would fall out of the sky, cats and
Yeah,
dogs
yeah.
living together.
If it's 1900, obviously planes haven't been invented yet.
So then they must have to fall out of the sky. It's almost like the what was it? Back to the Theory logic, or Back to the Future logic? What? Back to the Theory? Back to the Future logic. Um. So another article was eventually written in 1993 called "Doomsday 2000," which warned of this potential problem, and it was around this time that a lot, because again, just like the problems that we deal with within our own government right now, we have a whole bunch of old fogies that don't know what the internet is. We have people well
Sure.
into their 80s that are probably more than likely to click on a spam email that's going to give you a virus than like anybody else that has some mild computer
Oof.
literacy.
Go get the gift cards.
Yeah, seriously. Like, they're Mitch McConnell's running running to CVS right now. So again, nobody
There's a
answers.
big commercial back in 2023. There's a
Yeah.
commercial on the. Have you seen it on the television?
No, I
Where
haven't.
it's like the cops are coming to an old lady's house, and they're like, they've got machine. It's the SWAT team. They're gonna knock her door down, and she's on the phone inside, and she's like, then the last digit is 2 and then 3. And then the cops outside are like, all right, she paid with the gift cards. Let's get out of here. And the commercial's like, that's bullshit. Don't gift cards will not get the SWAT team to go away.
Or the IRS.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
Dude, that's messed up.
Crazy.
Um,
Crazy. We have to tell people that.
it is. It really is.
Get the old folks off the phone.
There are no little fairies that are running, that are running your internet here. There are no little fairies that are running this computer right now. Kids kids in middle and high schools aren't getting little side rooms for their litter boxes. Get your heads out of your asses.
Oh no! I mean, right in the school.
Yeah.
And the school has to pay for the litter. That's right, Grandpa.
Jeez, Grandpa.
That's true. That's what's going on in America today.
Oh yeah,
Get the fuck off of 4chan, Grandpa.
Seriously. But anyway, so
I found your grandfather on goddamn 8chan again.
He was trying to give money to the America First Foundation.
By the way, with all of this idiocy and with all of the bullshit going on right now, you want to know what I demand to know?
What would you like to know?
Where the fuck is Moot in all of this?
Who?
Moot, M-O-O-T. Do you know who that is?
No, I have no idea who that is.
That is the Something Awful user that founded 4chan in response to hentai being banned on Something Awful.
Oh, I did not.
I want to know where that guy is and what he has to say about Elon and all of this. I want to know why Moot isn't buying Twitter.
Now it's gonna be Mr. Beast.
Where the fuck is Moot now that we need him?
It's more than likely Mr. Beast, and that's even more petrifying. That man has more money.
He was the man of the year. Did you ever hear about 4chan hacking like Times Man of the Year or something?
Did they name Mr. Beast Times Man of the Year?
No, Moot. They made Moot Man of the Year.
Oh, did they? I didn't realize.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think, and they didn't. It didn't get like published. What got published was an article about how
they got hacked.
The poll was successfully hacked, and that the hackers named Moot Man of the Year. I don't know. They might have They might have given it to him. I don't know.
That's likely.
But I want to know what the fuck that guy is doing right now.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
In our darkest hour, we call upon Moot. Moot.
Now, what I'm thinking about is, now that you mentioned that, just a real quick shout out to the subreddit World Politics and Anime Titties. Oh man, like that whole thing is fucked
Rich
up.
Lotax K Anka banning hentai from Something Awful led to the January 6th riots. Step by step, butterfly effect. That.
Oh, that's for next time.
Oh my God, what's his real name? I want to find a picture of him.
Well, while you find his real name, I'll keep us rolling here. So we jumped down a deep rabbit hole here, dude.
Yeah, society is in bad shape, and I'm trying not to be so unbelievably cynical.
Again, like, that kind of also plays into my theory that, the whole of the Tea Party is like, and like MAGA trolls basically evolved out of the subgenius movement on 4chan.
Wow, really? That's terrible. I don't like that. Wow. I mean, maybe I don't know what those subgenius people were actually like.
Oh, they were great. I actually did a couple functions for them. Like, I don't know if I mentioned that. Like, I just haven't paid my $42 to become a reverend. Yeah, my band used to play um the Devival, which was at a little local venue that they would hold it at every year, and it was like multiple stages of bands, and it was packed all the time. It was a great show. It was a great little event every single year. This year I think they did it um, digitally, or there were a couple years ago they did it digitally. But and I think Reverend Stang, the leader of the Sub Geniuses, actually showed up too, which was kind of cool. But anyway, so embedded in these what we got?
That's moot.
Oh,
That's the only man that can save us.
jeez. This guy?
That's him. That's who I'm calling upon in our time of need. All right, I'll stop talking
Oh,
about 4chan now.
again, it's
Sorry.
fascinating. No, it's fat. No, again, like the sociological things that have evolved from like these like forums and groups and
The
things like this.
terrible internet. Get rid of it. It's gotta go. This is nothing good has come of this ever.
Destroy us all.
Whew.
But like,
The internet is really bad for culture.
yeah, it's not exactly helped. I mean, not exactly. It, it's been a toss up. It has been a definite
Okay.
toss up.
All right. That's fair. Fine. Yeah. Okay.
But what I
It
will say,
has been a toss up.
but what I will say is that is the fact that like they didn't think about you figuring out these systems well before um like well into the 80s and figure out that to kind of switch out these systems. I don't know if you know this, but up until recently, like we had been like our nuclear, like there's a couple of like nuclear systems within the United States that ran on floppy disks.
And Trump stole
Like
them and took them to Mar-a-Lago.
like the like 8-incher floppy disks.
Big, right. Not even like, yeah, not even like the 3.5s or whatever.
No, it was the big guns.
Or what were the big ones? 5.5,
Was it five
five
and
and
a half?
three quarter,
I've never actually seen one
three
that
and
big,
three
but
quarter.
they were like picture frame big.
But yeah, I've seen. I feel like, uh, yeah, I feel like someone I know had a couple of them like hanging on the wall in his bedroom, like as a teenager. But like, yeah, giant. Yeah.
Like
But wacky.
yeah, so it's within like embedded. So it initially wasn't really like sought out. It was but then again, we started progressing so heavy duty that we ended up getting these embedded systems into practically everything that we use.
Yep.
And it is within
And
these
it's
embedded systems that it kind of runs the same throughout a lot of similar computing programs.
yep.
And it is also within in those that have the same little problem with, you know, just in order to save memory, they take out the 19 in, the year. So that, and, ergo that creates, another issue for, you know, practically everything that we use from, some vehicles at the time had embedded systems, some
Okay. Yep.
and a lot of air traffic control systems, nuclear facilities use these systems, and
If it suddenly becomes 1900, you definitely launch the nukes. If suddenly the year jumps, the nuclear silos were wired to just launch because in case of time travel, you fire the missiles.
right, like yeah, just fire
I
Zoom.
still don't really understand why the date being wrong was gonna destroy
Ooh.
society.
Well, and again, like the potential is there, and
Okay.
that's something that I definitely will get into, and like it's kind of jaw dropping how stupid it was. Again, it was kind of like everybody has these memories of this was a situation where everybody came together and figured this whole situation out.
Oh,
You know,
I thought that just nothing happened
Now, and there's two camps to
Because it
that.
was never gonna.
The two camps to that
Okay.
is that aw, nothing happened, and aw, man, those tech people saved our asses.
Okay.
So it's
Did they?
it's a constant fight that even because of uh like it eventually devolves into like later in after and again we'll cover it, but years after doing initial investigations into whether or not this was actually working, they found they actually did no like follow-ups, and so nobody to this day
Oh, we know.
has
So
a
it
clue.
doesn't matter. It works.
No,
That's
no,
and again, yeah. That's almost part of what I was saying. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, if
nobody.
it's working, okay, it's fine. It
Mhm.
worked out. Worked itself out.
Well, here we'll flash forward to midnight here of December 31st,
Oh
1999.
boy, yeah, we
Leading
drank.
into
I don't know
January 1st,
why.
2000.
I remember drinking Gatorade out of margarita glasses, plastic ones that
Mm.
someone thought was going to be fancy. There was no booze. I might have, yeah, just been 20. We might have just been like 20 and not had anyone. I don't know. I remember drinking Gatorade out of a. We also might have been on ecstasy or something and not drinking. I don't fucking know. But I remember
Jeez,
as it became Y2K, I was drinking Gatorade out of a plastic margarita glass.
that's classy.
It
I
was. It
I
was
I
classy.
I enjoy those kind of throw together party moments where it's you don't have to get fancy. You just
Yeah. Somebody went to the party store. Yeah.
somebody went to the dollar store and picked up the
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
cups for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so from 1996 up until now, the efforts basically to kind of cover the asses of most of these corporate and financial and federal institutions goes into like high gear. People start kind of picking up slack. Um, they have hundreds of congressional meetings leading up to this point. And up to then, the federal government had spent upwards of 9 billion with a B billion dollars
Hmm.
on Y2K. And the private
Why?
sector, what? Well,
See, that's further proof that money is completely imaginary. That those numbers don't mean anything at all.
this
That
is
was
true.
spent on people's wages to determine
Yeah.
something. Were those that was the investigation? They paid people to
Well,
find
to
something
find
out for $9 billion
to
dollars.
figure out a way around the problem rather than
That was
pinpointing
probably
if
the
there was
national
going to
debt
be
at
a
the
problem.
time. Okay,
That was probably the national
please
debt at
repeat
the
that. I'm sorry.
time. No, but
I mean,
it's okay.
yeah.
But like
This is
after
but this is what you were getting at right here.
and then after that, it is even more ridiculous. The private sector itself spent over $100 billion. $100 billion.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, supervillain shit.
yeah, super villain fucking money. Um, so
Hopefully that went to like pay some people and not just to like CEO bonuses or something.
no, no, it went to lawyers to to
Oh.
basically lobby for this upcoming thing. Uh, Clinton around this time also signed into law the Y2K Act, which I don't know if you remember, but it basically um, removes any liability from any corporation or small business from basically being sued due to the computer issues from Y2K, which
Okay.
which is kind of questionable at the end of it.
So he signed into law, nothing happened. If something happened, it didn't legally happen. Who cares?
Pretty much. Um, and
After $109 billion
it's at this
of an
point that
investigation.
people like freak. Well, like well before the Y2K Act, people were starting to
Oh.
freak out. But
Oh, just people stockpiling stuff?
yep, we got some people at a survival prepper convention of sorts. Um, but a lot of folks began stockpiling food and
That is a
water,
very
much like
brightly colored assault weapon.
yeah, I thought so too. Especially when you're trying to be hidden. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
they started people started stockpiling gasoline, uh, and basically, and because of the fear that banks would completely collapse, they began withdrawing their money and their assets.
Yep.
Um, let's see here. And it's also funny is within this time period that we find the first accounts of the internet and kind of you know because of the access to the internet, let alone computers, home computing, uh, the access to information becomes a little more broad, let alone, much like with the problem we're dealing with now, misinformation. So there were
Oh,
a lot
Grandpa
of
unfortunate.
a lot of conspiracy websites developed out of the fear that came from Y2K. You have like hosts of people like doing these like kind of exploitative little bits, like this cat, Jason Kelly, Y2K. It's already too late. And, the most inspiring title that I've ever read.
Did this come out? This came out before. This
No,
was part of the hype leading up to.
to Y2K. This is all the stuff
Yeah.
leading up to this point. And
Wow.
then of course, as we mentioned earlier, we have also Leonard Nimoy, which I don't know how he
Ah,
got wrapped
yeah.
up in this,
Wow. What? Oh boy.
but
Hosted by Leonard Nimoy.
but what
Interesting.
and I was able to find it. So we're gonna watch
Oh
we're gonna
boy.
watch a little excerpt of that
Oh boy.
right now.
Okay.
All right, y'all ready for this?
Oh. Uh huh.
We both enjoy and are awestruck by the unbelievably rapid advancements in human ingenuity and technology. Yet, how fragile do we now find ourselves before the juggernaut of our own inventions? However, as we indicated earlier in this program, there are no Y2K experts.
And that's the thing that I want to leave off at is that when they initially started doing the research for all this stuff, there were no experts on this subject. And the fact that
Why would there be?
and the fact that they continue to try and push that they had, well-known knowledge, let alone Best Buy had well-known knowledge that your shit was going to fall apart after the year 2000. Nobody had a clue.
Turn
Like,
your computer off before midnight.
I remember seeing those plenty of times.
It,
I think for Christmas we got a computer, and I think I remember my mother specifically saying not to turn on the computer until after New Year's Day, just to make sure that we don't fuck it up, because like computers were a big investment back then, and they still are. Like, but even then, like it was they I mean, besides the fact that they were bulky, they were very fragile. You know, so
oh my God, make sure your personal. I mean, I should have been. This is something I should have been worried about at the time.
yeah, you would.
I don't remember being like, I might have. I was, if I was going out to a party, I probably shut my PC down.
Mm,
But I don't remember being like, I don't recall ever really thinking about, yeah, I hope everyone shuts their PCs down because everything connected to the internet is gonna fucking blow up, or not even.
no,
Every
it's gonna shut down.
machine with any kind of internal computing is going to fail cataclysmically at midnight.
Yep.
That was what people, that was what they, it's already too late. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and again,
Like
through
maximum overdrive.
apps, and again, it's through all of this fear and um, again, like a lot of the computer scientists were kind of like we're kind of playing it kind of cool about the whole situation. Like, well, yeah, there's an issue, but we can fix this. This is, we can get this, fixed up, no problem, if it does become an issue. And it was also stated. I also got a quote, not a quote, but an excerpt from a discussion with a security engineer, Ross Anderson, who's a professor at Cambridge University, uh, um, for computer security engineering. Um, Basically explained that the reaction of fear mongering and the exploitative nature of the alarmists far exceeded the actual severity of the situation.
For sure.
So you have somebody that's like completely unsure that this is going to cause any sort of problems, and then on the other side you got again it was the big duality of like do nothing or do something, and
There's
the
a
computer.
billboard that says the end is near. Jesus Christ.
Right.
Yo, people, everybody on the planet is completely mentally ill. Everybody is out of their minds. Everyone stop pretending.
Absolutely.
Wacky planet full of nut jobs.
Absolutely.
Let's fire explosives out of the top of this fucking tower.
Oh, one last time, for old time's
Yeah.
sakes.
One last time. Here we go.
So again, midnight comes and midnight goes, and there's nothing happens really, unless,
At all.
well, not at all. And here's where
Not
the
at all. Okay.
and here's where the interesting
Okay.
portions of the potentials of what so what could have happened uh were fairly easily resolved. These were more like inconveniences rather than actual full on
Sure.
glitched
Tanks
problems.
in the street.
But you would have thought, but again, it would have like crossed like the layman, like somebody like me, the average person's like concept of like computing, like it was believed that there was going to be like some real cataclysmic shit that was going to happen. But the only thing that actually happened, I have a small list of them right here. For one, I think the biggest thing that really kind of aggravated me when I read this, and I don't know why it did. I think it's just because I'm a cook. But all the food that was scrounged up and saved for these bunker folk, as well
Oh
as
no.
like all the survival kits, they all go to
Yeah.
waste. All the plastic waste, all of the metal waste, so forth, and all these like things just get thrown to the landfills. I think that's
Yep.
one of the bigger issues with that whole thing. And of course, because I'm that type of person, directly under that, there's a Japanese nuclear facility that had a monitoring issue, uh,
Oh.
where
Oh.
where yeah, so like the necessity of making of like monitoring like nuclear facilities is like you got to be precise, otherwise you're
That's
gonna
pretty
go.
important.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty important. Otherwise, you're gonna go critical.
That's something people get pretty up in arms about. Yeah.
That's how Chernobyl happened. How
Sure.
3 Mile Island happened. But so so this like monitoring system like fails momentarily. It was like for like maybe 20 minutes, and the issue was just like easily fixed.
Okay.
Most of Europe actually.
Boy, man, do you think we were that close?
So here's the thing: the British ended up spending a decent amount of poundage for. Mind you, this is before they before they actually like enacted the euro. They spent a lot of
Ah.
poundage to make sure that they were Y2K safe. It was them, India, and the U.S., and it was all because they all ran off of the same little operating system. I think it's called COBOL, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know operating systems. So, but yeah, they all run off of COBOL. Um, so oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. So they're all running off of these these same operating systems, and like and it also like runs with a lot of like U.S. military machines and planes and vehicles, so forth. So the only people that actually really did anything were people that had like U.S. military items, um, somehow ran off the COBOL system, and everybody else kind of said screw it. Like Germany didn't do anything famously, France didn't really do anything. They just said we'll take care of it once it comes about. Almost like the getting ready for the hit before the hit comes, and then you're just sitting there like this the entire
Yeah.
time,
All bunched up.
all bunched up like a little turtle. Um, so other little nuisances. Power outages happened in Nevada, and that lasted for excuse me, this lasted for half an hour. the Japanese nuclear monitoring thing lasted like 30 seconds. Excuse me. So there was a power outage in Reno, Nevada. Um, a whole bunch of bills went out signed with the year 1900 to a handful of
So
people.
people didn't have to pay them.
Yes, yeah. uh, 911 systems failed in North Carolina for a alien
Oh,
outbreak. That was kind of interesting. That one I kind of found
well,
interesting.
that sounds like that could be one of the important things
Yeah,
to.
you
Yeah,
kind of need a 911 system.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
U.S. spy satellites began to not work, and it lasted for a few days. Yeah, that was another big issue. And then here, like,
That sounds pretty fucking important.
and here's the one, and like, oh, here was a
That's
really
so far. That's the longest one. That's a couple of days. That's everything else recovered.
yep.
Go ahead.
Another one was in Denmark. Denmark's New Year baby, along with a handful of the staff that was on hand, all of their records ended up getting changed around to where it said that they were uh where the staff was like 1900 years old, and that the
Okay.
newborn baby that was born that day was 100 years old due to a computing error.
So how old is that baby back in 2023?
Well,
123?
well, no, the baby now is like 23 years old.
So 123.
So 123 years old
If
technically.
they were born at 100.
Yeah. um. Let's see here. Yeah, but yeah, most of the issues were fairly easily and quickly fixed. Oh, this one was my favorite. This little airport in Spain had a little bit of an issue with their flight programming, and as you can see, they have the date wrong. It's
Ah,
listed as the year 1900.
3 January 1900. I love it.
Yeah. Um, the one thing, and this was the one thing that, like, even like when I was a kid, I had a little bit of a fear thinking about this. And and this is also another true little nuisance that kind of occurred from this. There was a man who rented The General's Daughter, the John Travolta film, and he got charged a late fee
Uh,
on the movie for $91,250. That not even film of the year. Like,
Is that I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
no,
Oh no,
that's
that's a Few Good Men, right? Okay.
that was a few good men.
Yeah, A
That
Few
was
Good Men. Yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Cruise and Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
Yes. If I remember correct, I think I kind of like that movie. I don't really like the whole like JAG like military drama stuff, but I particularly remember liking that movie. Um, so they covered some of the bugs in the congressional report, and the one thing that Congress had found out afterwards is that more often than not, the overpreparedness of these like programs for like combating Y2K were actually
Yeah,
the problem with combating Y2K. When
because a lot of it was workaround kind of shit.
a lot of it was very easy workaround. Um, yeah, again, only 4 countries participated in it, and again, a lot of people question the necessity of the preparedness, considering again a lot of Europe didn't do any of this, and they were totally fine. But again, all of them ran off of a different operating system. Um, so, and again, like I don't know if you're familiar. Um, but this isn't going to be like the last time that we're going to be, dealing with something like this. How
Okay.
familiar are you with the January 14th, 2038 problem?
I don't think I'm familiar with it.
Another bug very similar
2038?
to
Wow, okay.
Y2K. very similar Y2K problem that we'll have to
is
deal with
is
in
is
15
Eric
years.
Andre saying why would Y2K do this?
Why would Y2K do this? Pretty much. So like, yeah, we are basically pushing onward because of our technological developments with, once again, the same issue that, got us into this mild pickle to begin with. And once again, people are arguing whether or not we need to be prepared for this or if it's just a nothing burger. And quite frankly, like,
It's probably not going to be tanks and cash registers exploding.
no, but I will
If planes are
guarantee.
not going to fall out of the sky, then I think it's probably okay.
But
Everyone
my
can
ass
change
is.
the dates on there.
But I'm gonna finally, I'm gonna finally get that late fee for Tenchi in Tokyo. I know it. I know it.
What exactly is going to happen in 2038 though? Like,
So
what's going
again,
to get gummed up?
so again, it's a very similar problem to the Y2K issue.
Yeah.
The computers are only meant to, again, the initial systems that we're running off of, um again, only
Again, we're
dated
developed
out.
in 1968.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, they kind of progressed a little bit after Y2K. That Y2K was basically the bump that kind of made these computer companies responsible for making sure that this wasn't going to be an issue again. So they made sure to kind of like push it so far into the future that by then all the people who worked on these projects are going to be dead. And nobody's going to want to talk about it. Which, another funny
Yep.
thing, a lot of it also started the tech boom out in Silicon Valley was Y2K. And it was mostly because a lot of people who developed these systems to begin with were basically brought out of retirement and brought into the rough and tumble world of being an independent contractor. So yeah, a lot of folks had to hop back in on this gig.
Yep.
What was I gonna say? So again, Congress did like an initial like look at like what had occurred afterwards, and kind of looked at the preparedness rather than the issues that had happened, um and basically concluded that there was no need for an independent investigation to see whether or not we're going to be okay, or we're going to have to deal with another issue much like this 2038 problem. And again, it's a little bit in this like it's also, I don't want to say it's like conspiratorial, because there is like there's a lot of like computer engineers that are basically stating the same thing, that we're gonna hit that we're gonna hit like 2037, and then we're gonna be like, oh shit, and that's gonna be down to the wire again. And
It's already too late.
yeah, and then people are gonna start freaking out again, when the reality
And
should
then
be
someone's
like,
gonna make a lot of money selling books about hoarding and selling Go kits and
and COVID
uh
vaccines, and
oh,
that are really
boy.
just urine.
Oh yeah, and then there'd be all kinds of
Oh,
more
oh,
nonsense. Yeah, yeah.
here, I
We got
I
30, we've got nearly 40 years of more internet nonsense to pile onto the problem now.
I've got I got a magic potion here that you can pour on your computer that will save you from the 2038 problem. Just
Yeah,
go to
let's get some of those potions.
go to www.andrewtatesmallthing.com. Or you can find out on Infowars. No. Anyway,
What do you think about the internet?
what do I think about the internet
Yeah,
as a whole?
yeah.
You know what? It's a toss-up, because again, I I find that it has there's like I'll say it in a manner of, I guess, in two different
Your
manners.
time.
It brought a lot of people together, but it also brought a lot of people together. If you catch my
Very
drift.
fair.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. I think it's shit. It's gotta go.
And
We should have learned. We should have turned all this shit off in 1999.
we didn't listen. We didn't listen. We didn't
You
listen to
didn't
Leonard
listen.
Nimoy. We didn't listen
You
to the man.
fuckers. You
Spock
didn't
was right.
listen. The terrifying new realities of industry.
Well, but yeah, but that was basically Y2K, man.
What a year. What a time. That was the last time that was the last time that like anything nice was going to happen.
Eh,
1999.
one can
It's
only
been
hope.
downhill since then.
It's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill from 1999.
Oh,
That's for sure.
throwing back the Newfound Glory references, even though that was like a later record, but who's counting? Anyway, all right. I'm getting tired of this computer. You wanna take the toaster back?
Sure.
All right, cool. Let's get back into this, dude. All right. Um, something seems to be wrong with the ignition here. Hold on.
I'm getting ready to do like a Wayne's World. I'm gonna do like the Wayne's World
The wind, the
transition.
diddle diddle.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo ending. Well, we would get to that if this thing would start, but
Oh, did that dancing clown not come back?
no, it's not there yet.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Is it a
th-
media capture or
oh no,
an image capture?
oh no, it has something to do with the fuel levels in this thing. I think we're out.
Oh, okay.
So hold
You
on.
got to
We
refuel the
got to think.
toaster.
What we didn't exactly bring any
Did you
money or
have any
anything with us.
Tamagotchis in the
No,
90s?
but you know what? Hold on. Did I bring that surge with me?
Where's the surge? Is that
That's
the
it.
problem?
That's it. Considering how much we talked about how much cadmium and other stuff is inside of foods and things like that, this would be the
Heavy
perfect
metal.
place. Yeah, there's all the heavy metals that we need to get back to the future, and all the plutonium we need. It's
By
pure
the way, you can also
nuclear.
pour a surge into your PC to prevent the Y2K bug. You heard it here on Thought That Was Weird.
That and the 2038 book.
Yes.
Don't pour
Pour surge into your PC.
because you can
That's what
find
I think.
because you can find it. Well, yeah, that's
Oh, they were selling surge down the street from me at least 2 years ago or something.
they still have
It's
surge there?
around. You can get it on Amazon. It's like every now and again I see a can in the gas station.
I'm kind of impressed. I didn't realize they
Pour
still
it
had
into your P. All right, I'll stop.
I didn't realize they had. I didn't realize. No, I didn't realize that they had that. But
No, totally. No, they got it in tall boys like monsters or something. You know,
yeah, it's coming. They're gonna bring
like
it back,
energy
much
drinks.
like what's it called? What was that
Crystal
caffeinated?
Pepsi.
No, what was the caffeinated booze drink?
Oh my God.
Four Loco.
Jolt.
Four Loco.
Oh, for Loco. Oh, not Jolt.
Yes.
Yeah, for I think is it illegal?
It
That's
is now
over.
illegal. Yes,
That's
if
that's
I
over
remember
with.
correctly.
That was like stop, everybody stop.
Yep.
This is against the law.
Stop putting
Stop it.
caffeine in shit.
Let's just stop doing this. That's absolutely illegal. We're making that illegal. None of that. Jesus.
Caffeines were only meant for time machines. But all right. Well, here, let's throw this cat into ignition. You ready?
All right.
All right.
I believed him. I thought there was actually a technical issue.
Oh no.
There's that fucking dancing clown. I was trying to ask you if there was something wrong with OBS.
Oh man, no. No, we just need to use the surge to get us back to where we need to be. Well, that was quite a trip. I hope again, not to dispel the fact that there was, that this was overall mostly nothing happened, but it's not to dismiss that nothing happened or something happened.
Yeah, it was a big mess that a bunch of people really made, and then everybody else came to
Right.
rely on, and then everyone had to face the mess at once. And I think that this type of thing happens so much that we don't even notice it.
Oh no.
Everything we are standing on piles of messes that were built 40 years ago, like BattleNet. We are going to be playing BattleNet for the rest of our lives.
Oh. I'm waiting for it to
Society has been a Ponzi scheme,
Society
and we are now paying the bill. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
No, you're right.
We are out of culture.
Trickle down
We're in a
economics.
culture deficit.
Oh man, but yeah. Again, thanks y'all for watching. That's gonna cover the conclusion for today. Thanks y'all for watching at home. Kuya, once again, thanks for hanging out and listening to me jabber on for this entire time.
Yeah, thank you, man. That was rad. Excellent presentation. Very nicely researched this time.
I appreciate it.
Not that it never isn't, but that was.
Oh no, I made sure to. No, I do my diligence. Damn it.
This was a good one. That's all I'm saying.
No, this was a fun one, and again, we're gonna have some even more fun because I believe if you're free next week, we're going to be covering Doc Ellis, the
Great.
the Pittsburgh Pirate that pitched a no-no on LSD.
Awesome.
We're gonna have some fun discussing that. We'll have a nice
I'll be
long
on
talk.
LSD.
We will all be on. Or we will be, and you won't notice. It'll be in the surge. We assure you. But yeah.
Maybe that was it. All the fucking surge I drank in 1999.
It probably preserved all of our innards, more than likely.
That's what I'm counting on. I feel like something I ate, some poison I ate or drank along the way has coalesced into some kind of iron skeleton in there, keeping all of this shit together. That's the fan theory. That's my headcanon. Yeah. Accidental poisoned Wolverine. Hey, you ready for your brain to be titillated?
I'm ready to.
I got a brain titillator for you.
Is that TOS appropriate? Yeah. What's the brain titillator?
Okay. This is a TV show. Professor X and young Wolverine, they're hanging out at the school, and Professor X is like, I think something weird happens. He's meeting with a bunch of other dicks, and he takes off, and young Wolverine goes out searching for him. There's like yeah, that's about as far as I got, and then I got high. But I was thinking about that earlier. Do you have any guesses what TV show that is? She meets a polar bear, and she rides in a balloon with the guy who wrote Hamilton. Young Wolverine and Hamilton ride in a balloon with a polar bear. What TV show does that take place in?
I have no clue. None
of that's his Dark Materials on HBO that I just described to you.
Oh, really?
It was the girl Wolverine. That was the trick.
Oh, the little Wolverine. Well
yeah,
played.
and it's Professor X too. Is the guy in the show?
Oh, Patrick Stewart.
No. The English gentleman who was in Wanted, and the movie where he shoots bullets around corners at Angelina Jolie. Oh my God, he's in a bajillion things. I have no idea what his name is. He's the other.
Corners with Angelina Jolie. I don't even know what movie that is.
You don't remember Professor X shooting bullets around corners with Angelina Jolie? And Chris Pratt is there. And Morgan Freeman reads the destiny of the Earth out of a tapestry he's weaving, but he's cheating because the tapestry says, have your assassin Angelina Jolie kill you because you're the villain, and so he doesn't do it, and he's not reading the tapestry, and the tapestry was right, and then Professor X backs up into his house with a garbage truck full of rats with explosives tied to them. It's called Wanted: Threads of Fate. But if it's streaming on something, go and watch it.
James McAvoy?
James McAvoy.
Okay.
Wanted is nonsense. It's from like 2010. Like really peak shit culture.
Oh, he was in It Chapter 2.
Oh yeah, he was Bill Denbrough in it chapter 2. Yeah.
Chronicles of Narnia. He was in a couple of the X. Yeah, he
Oh
was in
my
a couple.
God, really? Whoa, Chronicles of
Uh,
Narnia. I don't remember that, but I mean, I didn't really watch those very closely or anything,
I didn't
or
watch
a
it
lot.
either.
Yeah, I mean,
Atomic Bomb.
I remember,
Yeah. I was gonna say
I
Atomic
remember
Bombshell.
being Atomic Bomb. What?
Atomic Bombshell. I don't know if you've ever or Atomic
Oh, I
Blonde.
think that's
Excuse
just.
me.
Oh, I think I. What are you? What are you? What is the bouncing hammer device in Fortnite?
Oh, it's I forgot what particular name of the hammer is, but it's basically like this OP melee weapon
I
that
never came and played Fortnite with you, did
dude.
I?
Oh, dude. And again, like
You want
whenever
to do that instead of Fall Guys?
you want, if you want to give it a shot, man, I can get a hold of my friend that helps me carry through my streams.
I am going to be like extremely bad.
Oh, dude. It
It's
it
gonna
takes a
be
lot.
embarrassing.
It takes a lot of getting used to. Like
I just so you know, I'll do it. If you want to do Fortnite on Thursday, I'll do Fortnite instead. We'll take a break
okay,
from Fall
yeah.
Guys or whatever.
Yeah, we'll give it a
Yeah,
shot. We'll
I'll
see
do
what
it.
we can do.
I'm fine. I'll do it. Yeah. I was feeling a little. I don't know. I'm feeling a little. Yeah. I'm feeling a little looser this year. Uh.
Feeling loosey goosey.
Yeah.
Right on. Oop, I'm hitting
I'm
things.
trying to give less of a shit, so let's do it. Let's play Fortnite. Ludens.
All right, yeah, let's give it a shot. Um,
Awesome.
right on, dude. All right, yeah, that'll call it for us here. And again, like thanks again to everybody for watching. Thank you again, Kuya. And yeah, we'll
Thank you.
catch you all next Tuesday at 5:30. Um, don't forget to check us both out on YouTube. Any soapy stuff you want to plug?
Hey, Koya D got your soap.
Koya D got that
Koya
soap.
D K.TV is where you can buy soap from me and look at all my other social stuff. So thank you so much. And I've been doing another podcast on Thursdays. Uh, it's
With
not very scheduled, so I don't know what time of the day,
the talking with Iggy one.
but yes.
Okay.
But after that, I usually play games with Thrash. So CuyaDK.TV on Thursdays as well as Tuesdays. And yeah, more stuff. More stuff is on the way. We're doing all kinds of shit.
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna play Fortnite.
We're gonna jam some Fortnite and get absolutely like decimated by 12-year-olds.
Great. Yeah, I can't wait to be very embarrassed.
Oh, dude, it happens every stream to me, so no worries. But anyways,
Awesome.
gang, y'all take it easy, and Kuya, take it easy. But I'll catch you next time. Have a good one, gang.
Awesome.